Phillip Schofield feared he was going to die after he tackled the world's hottest crisp on Today's This Morning. The presenter took part in the one-chip challenge and he could barely speak after eating it, but the aftermath was even more shocking. Once the show went off-air, the cameras continued rolling as Phil struggled to handle the intense heat without resorting to cooling his mouth with milk, water or ice cream. Phil's eyes went red, his nose was running and he was shaking as the burning sensation traveled down his throat and into his stomach. Holly Willoughby refused to take part in the challenge, confessing she vomited on live TV when she sipped a tiny bit of Tabasco. She just watched with shock as her co-host ate the crisp whole, considering it's so hot it required putting on a glove to prevent him getting the crisp dust anywhere near his eyes. Despite being warned not to do it, Phil remained adamant he could, and seemed fine after putting the crisp in his mouth. As he put the crisp, flavored with the world's hottest pepper, in his mouth, he seemed fine. However, he gradually began to sweat as the flavoring of the world's hottest pepper got hotter. He revealed, "It's interesting because it starts off with a chili flavor and it gets hotter and hotter. I can feel my pores opening up around my face. My tongue is really on fire now, and it's getting worse. It's building." Holly asked him if it was worse than chili vodka, and he confirmed it was, adding, "There's a hole in my tongue." The program then finished, but Phil's pain did not, and he vowed to continue on and beat the record of 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Holly confessed that she hadn't seen his eyes look that bad since the morning after the NTA Awards. Phil said, "It's like there is a burning fire in my mouth. My tongue feels like it's out of Stranger Things. I've got a massive great big fiery tongue." Fearing he would die, the presenter said, "You can say he was laughing right until the very end." Alison Hammond thought Phil looked drunk, while Holly said he was melting into a puddle of Schofield. Realizing the severity of the situation, he said, "This is quite alarming now. I have to say that it's now passing from here and I can now feel it in my stomach and it's quite uncomfortable. It's quite a burny feeling in my stomach. Maybe a little bit sicky." Phil managed to hold on and reached a staggering time of 8 minutes and 40 seconds. He'd down a whole glass of milk before rushing off to the toilet to be sick. Phil said, "I've had to do that to stop it really wrecking my stomach." It's the first time the challenge has been attempted on British TV and it left one US news anchor on the floor live on air. A paramedic checked Philip out after the show, but ever the professional, Philip went straight on to his next work commitment after telling fans he was fine on Snapchat. This Morning continues on ITV1 weekdays at 10:30 am.